Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Micro Universe in WWE 2K. This is episode number 43, and we begin NXT here tonight on a much more somber note than ever before after the shocking events that transpired in the main event of NXT TakeOver Chicago, when that man right there, Matt Riddle, returned to NXT to betray Dante Inferno, the NXT champion, and betray the Inferno. And I mean, quite frankly, I'm not even sure what commentary I can give you until Matt Riddle gives us some answers as to why he did what he did. For what reason? Why would he align himself with the Harbinger of Destruction, Karrion Kross, who made his presence known at TakeOver Chicago as well? I just simply don't understand. Like, you think of everything that Dante Inferno and Matt Riddle have been through together as the Inferno here in NXT. You look at the all-out war with the Undisputed Era. You look at the war with Walter and Imperium. And of course, finally winning the NXT Championship. A moment that Matt Riddle said he is so proud of Dante Inferno for finally getting it done, and then he does that at TakeOver Chicago. It is quite frankly despicable. But whatever you want to say about Matt Riddle's actions this past Saturday at TakeOver Chicago, one thing I just want right now is some goddamn answers as to why he did what he did and what this means for the future of NXT. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and my honor to introduce my new master and a man who soon will make our NXT champion fall and pray, Karrion Kross. And here comes the aforementioned Harbinger of Destruction, Karrion Kross. Just this past weekend at NXT TakeOver Chicago, after Inferno retained the NXT title in a steel cage match against Adam Cole, where time ran out for Inferno, and Karrion Kross arrived on the NXT scene to cause destruction as only he can. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. All I did was give you warnings, Dante, and what did you decide to do? You ignored them week after week after week, and simply put, I found that to be a tremendous lack of respect in my direction. And believe me, one of these days you're going to respect me, boy. Even if I have to beat you with an inch of your life, you will fall and pray, just like how your former bro Matt Riddle has seen the light and has fallen at my feet. You will do the same. And my quest for destruction in the WWE won't just stop in NXT. It won't even just stop with you, Inferno, but it will damn sure begin with you and that NXT title, because as soon as I get my opportunity, and believe me, I will get my opportunity, when Karrion Kross meets Dante Inferno in the middle of this ring for the NXT Championship, time's up. Wait just a second, Karrion Kross, because if there's one man who disagrees with the claim that time's up for his NXT Championship reign, it is the man himself, Dante Inferno. And quite simply put, this man is in a pissed off mood after what happened at TakeOver this past Saturday, and you know that he is looking for revenge, and now he's making a beeline for the ring and the people who stabbed him in the back this past week. I just don't understand, man. I don't get it. Every single person I trust in this lifetime and in this business stabs me in the back, and for some goddamn reason I never seem to learn my lesson. And in this situation, I'd love to come out here and say, Matt, you did it because this business is all about checks and championships, fair enough, but you didn't. You didn't get a check, and you certainly didn't take my championship, so why, huh? Why resort to being this bald-headed little bitch, huh? See, I don't know if you're under some sort of spell or some BS, but this ain't the Matt that I knew. This isn't the Matt that I spent the better part of a year traveling the roads with. This isn't the Matt that fought side by side with me for months against the Undisputed Era. I don't have any idea who this guy is. Oh, Dante, you just don't see it. You haven't been enlightened, bro, and eventually you will see what I have seen. I don't give a damn what you've seen. All I'm seeing and hearing is a load of bullshit But if this is the path you want to take, then that's fine. I was tired of carrying you in the Inferno anyway. But here's what I'm gonna propose. I want revenge, simple as that. And I want it against you first, Matt. Next week, right here on NXT, Inferno collides one last time. Except this time, you're gonna see a new side of me. One that you've never experienced before. See, because before, I went a little easy on you because you were my bro, my tag partner. But now, believe me when I say you're gonna feel the wrath of the Inferno. I accept, my bro, and once I beat you, you're gonna fall and pray because it's the right thing to do. Good, you keep telling yourself that, but since that's happening next week, I'm itching to get my hands on the both of you tonight. So here's what I'm gonna propose. I'm gonna go back there, I'm gonna find myself a tag partner, and you and your new master over there meet me in this ring, and I'll give you a little preview of things to come as you step into my scorching Inferno. And it is now time for our main event here on NXT. The NXT champion promised that he would go to the back and find himself a tag partner to take on Karrion Kross and Matt Riddle. The question is, for Dante Inferno, who did he find? And I mean, I posed the question, who did Dante Inferno find? We've seen Dante Inferno with the odds stacked against him before. I think this man would genuinely consider, with the amount of frustration inside him right now, with the amount of revenge intent inside of him, I think he would genuinely consider going into this one on a 1v2. That's how badly he wants to get his hands on Matt Riddle and Karrion Kross after what they did in Chicago. And it really is an understatement when I say it has been a hectic month and a half for the NXT champion. Of course, winning the title originally from Adam Cole at NXT TakeOver Houston, then retaining the title in a steel cage match this past weekend against the Undisputed One. And then, of course, the return, the shocking return, much earlier than expected from Matt Riddle. And we thought, okay, the Inferno is back together. Karrion Kross makes his appearance. He is outnumbered. And then, bam, the bro stabs his fellow bro in the back. And Inferno just as shocked as we all were. But for Dante Inferno, the NXT champion, it's about getting revenge here tonight at the hands of Karrion Kross and Matt Riddle, and then next week going to whip the candy ass of the original bro, or the former original bro. Quite frankly, this new version of Matt Riddle, I don't even know who he is, but the question is, who did... Oh my goodness me, what a pick this is! The North American champion, the Black Mamba, the limitless Keith Lee. I was just about to say, who did Dante Inferno end up picking as his tag partner? It doesn't get much better than this in the landscape of NXT. The man, by the way, who took that North American Championship from Dante Inferno in that Fatal 5-Way a couple of months ago, has now found a friend in the Inferno. And this is going to be a very powerful duo to mess with. The North American Champion Keith Lee and the Flamesword Dante Inferno in tag team action in the main event of NXT. I am very excited about this one.
Been the greatest for years and you just still trying.
And now here comes the harbinger of destruction. TikTok time's up. Here comes Karrion Kross. And by the way, we are not too far away from NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, so the question is, when we get to Brooklyn, will Dante Inferno and Keith Lee still be the respective champions of their divisions? And the question also is, who will be the ones fighting for both of those belts? If Karrion Kross has anything to say about it, it's gonna be him, because he already said tonight, when Karrion Kross meets Dante Inferno in the middle of that ring, time's up for your NXT title reign. And what a contrast this is to the Matt Riddle of yesteryear, honestly to the Matt Riddle of yesterweek. I mean, the original bro we once knew and loved is now dead, as far as I'm concerned, as far as the NXT universe is concerned, and especially as far as Dante Inferno is concerned. And and you really have to feel for Dante Inferno in everything that he was saying. I mean, these men, Matt Riddle and Dante Inferno, it wasn't just an on-screen thing. It wasn't just, oh, we're the Inferno, bro, we're here to win gold and fight off the Undisputed Era and whoever else, Walter as well. It was a real broship right here. They were genuinely best friends, and for Matt Riddle to return at TakeOver Chicago, to lull Dante Inferno into a false sense of security and then stab him in the back like that, it is nothing but despicable, quite frankly, and you cannot blame Dante Inferno, no pun intended, for being extremely fired up going into this battle right here. But with that being said, with all the emotion aside, we're about to get a little preview of what Karrion Kross was saying. Dante Inferno and Karrion Kross beginning this main event tag match here on NXT. And there's a big elbow by the NXT champion. Karrion Kross, of course, saying that once Karrion Kross and Dante Inferno meet one-on-one in the middle of the ring for that NXT championship, time is up. But Dante Inferno, the flame sword, is out to prove that that is nothing but a load of lies. But right now, oh, look at those elbows by Karrion Kross. And now Karrion Kross here, oh, look at that, the Olympic slam, and slamming him down very easily into the first cover of this matchup right here. The ref gets the 2 count, and it's a kick out by Dante Inferno. And now he rolls to the outside of the ring here, and Karrion Kross and Inferno getting it on. How often do you say, oh wait a second, nice counter there by DI, and now with the Russian leg sweep again. How often does someone debut here in NXT and then you get to see them brawling with the NXT champion, literally the next NXT, getting a preview of something we may very well see heading into TakeOver Brooklyn or at TakeOver Brooklyn itself. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, and by the way, here comes Keith Lee tagged into this matchup. We're about to get a preview of this new tag team right here, Keith Lee. Now Keith Lee, the North American champion, getting his hands on Karrion Kross, but I say a preview of what we could see at oh my god, a huge power move by Keith Lee. And I say what we could potentially see at TakeOver Brooklyn, but as we've seen in years past here in NXT, the road to TakeOver Brooklyn is always a rocky one. It is always one with swerves and twists, very much like the road to WrestleMania on the main roster. You never quite know where you're gonna be by TakeOver Brooklyn, but it's always a hell of a ride. And now here comes the original bro, Matt Riddle, and we know Keith Lee and Riddle have had a history as well, fighting over that North American Championship once upon a time, and now these men going back and forth here in the main event. I mean, disregarding the North American Championship picture for just a second, you look at the NXT title picture, there is a ton of contenders out there who won that title. I mean, the Inferno Invitational that was taking place before TakeOver Chicago, you had men like Kushida, Damian Priest, Dominik Dijakovic, and of course the Undisputed Era, who are still sniffing around. And then of course, TikTok, the harbinger of destruction himself, Karrion Kross, who also wants a championship match against Dante Inferno. And then you go even further outside that circle, you've got the likes of Cameron Grimes, you've got Pete Dunne and the British Strong Style, you've got Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch. There's a ton of people here in NXT who could be fighting in Brooklyn for that NXT championship, and I think whoever ends up being there in TakeOver Brooklyn against Dante Inferno is going to be an absolute banger of a match, no doubt about it in my mind. And now Karrion Kross throwing Keith Lee back inside the ring here. Karrion Kross is holding his own against the Black Mamba, the limitless Keith Lee right now, and he's doing a hell of a good job in his first match here on NXT TV. And now he hits him with those 3 amigos right there. He hits the third on Keith Lee, there it is, into the cover as well, but Keith Lee gets his boot underneath the bottom rope and he forces the breakup with the pin. Wait a second, Karrion Kross is lining something up here at the hands of Keith Lee. He's gonna go for something big, but no, Keith Lee with the clutch counter right there in the 4th quarter, final 10 seconds, but again, a counter by Karrion Kross and a counter by Keith Lee. Incredible sequence, and again, another counter by Karrion Kross and another counter by Keith Lee. Neither of these men want to give up, and now the German suplex by the Mamba. And what a match this would be to see in Brooklyn for the North American Championship. But now Karrion Kross gonna tag in Matt Riddle again, and now Riddle's gonna lift it. Oh, wait a second, he got caught right there, and the belly to belly by Keith Lee. And look at this, here comes Dante Inferno getting his hands on Matt Riddle, but wait a second, a nice counter there by Riddle. Oh, what a nice strike mid-air. Get caught with that right hand, Riddle. Riddle was going for a Superman punch, but Inferno caught him flush mid-air with the right hand strike, and now he gets his hands on the man who stabbed him in the back this past Saturday in Chicago, in Chi-Town. And it is just insane to me to be seeing these men at odds after everything we've witnessed them go through, from War Games, the Undisputed Era, the All Out War, Imperium. It's just insane to see that Riddle would stoop to those depths and stab him in the back. I still can't believe what we saw. But now we're getting a preview of that one-on-one match we'll see next week. This time next week on NXT, it'll be Riddle against Inferno 1-on-1. One final time, the Inferno collide. And now Inferno lifting up Matt Riddle to the top rope, but a counter there by those educated feet of Matt Riddle. And now lifting him up right here. Oh, he's going for that bro to sleep, but it was countered with the reverse DDT. And now Dante's lining up Matt Riddle for something right here. Oh, he's got him hooked for the straight jacket DDT to the original bro. And payback truly is a you-know-what. And the NXT champion looking for a measure of revenge right here, but Inferno getting countered with the clothesline straight out of hell from Matt Riddle. And now what the hell is this from Matt Riddle? Oh, he was going for a Keith Lee, but Keith Lee had it scouted. And now Inferno turning the tide of this matchup once again. You cannot quite go for that on Keith Lee, I'll tell you that for free. And now Inferno going for something big right here. He's got him hooked for the Inferno Overdrive. The Inferno Overdrive connects into the cover, and it's broken up by Karrion Kross. I thought that was it right there. And Keith Lee taking out the trash that is Karrion Kross. I don't know what we want to call this team, Fire and Glory maybe, but whatever we want to call this newfound team between Lee and Inferno, it is damn sure one to watch right here in NXT. But now Matt Riddle going for something on Inferno. Wait a second, he's got him and he slams him down. And now he's got that Kirifuda clutch locked in. Is he going to choke the life out of the NXT champion here in the main event of NXT and get huge bragging rights heading into that match next week? But Inferno trying to wrestle his way out of it. The elbow straight to the gut. The elbows, oh, what an elbow to the face that was. Busted him wide open. This is about as personal as it gets between two former best friends, between two former bros. And now here we go. Oh, he's going for the straight jacket DDT, but it was countered. It was scouted by the original bro Matt Riddle right there. The hits now to the gut of Dante Inferno, disconnecting that move. And oh, what an absolute knee that was. Bicycle knee caught Inferno flush right there. And now Riddle is saying it's game over. Riddle is saying it is game over, picking up Dante Inferno right here. But again, another counter to the bro to sleep. Inferno with those elbows straight to that exposed wound of Matt Riddle. And now Riddle has Inferno caught. Wait a second, what a half and half suplex that was from the triangle chokehold. A counter by Matt Riddle right there. And now Riddle back on the offensive. Look at this, the clothesline, and Riddle building momentum here. Whether he's under a trance or not by Karrion Kross, it's still the same old Matt Riddle that we're seeing. Still the same old impressive feat that we're seeing. And now again, Riddle has him up right here for the bro to sleep. And what the hell is Matt Riddle doing right now? He could possibly pin the NXT champion, but he's just almost standing over a lifeless Dante Inferno. And oh, here we go, tagging in his master, as he calls him. Karrion Kross is in this match. And now Karrion Kross, oh, sending Keith Lee to the outside of the ring, and now setting his sight on Inferno here, and he's got him hooked for the same move we saw in Chicago. He refers to that as the cross jacket, the destructive back suplex into the cover on Inferno, and Karrion Kross has done the impossible and pinned the NXT champion on his first night in NXT. Absolutely unbelievable main event between these two newfound teams. The original bro though and his master, as he refers to him as Karrion Kross, have done the damn thing and beaten two champions here in NXT. And no matter what you want to say, you cannot understate how big this is. I'm still not entirely sure what this new partnership is between Karrion Kross and Matt Riddle, but one thing is for sure, is that the end is here for this new dangerous duo in NXT, and it may spell the end for anyone else who gets in their way.